All right, folks, here we go. We're going to try Babotie.
You must introduce us.
So, what we've got is this little machine. It's a magic machine. And it's called a Ronoster Bry Oond, as you've already known. Now, what have we got here, Bryony? We've got milk. We've got some sort of bread.
Mince.
We've got mince.
Onions.
We got onions ready
and
to
all
do.
sorts of other bits and pieces.
And all sorts of other bits and pieces. I hope you heard that. And we're off. Bryony, would you like to say something?
So what we're going to do, hi folks. What we're going to do is start off with just frying up the onions, you know, while we do other things. So it's not something I normally make, is Babotie, but it's a good traditional South African dish. So just going to pop that in there to fry while we're busy.
Did you put any oil in there?
Yes, there's oil and onion.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just so.
How long are you going to be there
Well, till it's done.
for? You're just browning it, right?
Yeah, you just fry your
okay.
onions till they're done. We're going to take. Now I'm halving the recipe because there's only 2 of us. Okay, so we don't want.
But we are growing.
Whole thing of tummy wise.
Yes.
Because we're eating so much of this good food out of here. So this is gluten-free bread. That's why it's this tiny little size. And we're just going to pop that in the milk to soak. And while that's soaking, try not to squash it up. While that's soaking, I'm going to mix in, and I've forgotten it again, the spoon.
Off you go. While she's doing that, I'll warn you that the sun is going down, so half of this cooking is going to be done under light.
The light?
Oh, here she comes. There she is, just in time. Don't tell her I said anything.
Soaking our bread there. I possibly should have used a flatter bowl so it'll lay down nicely in it.
Ah, you'll learn, eh?
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm not a master chef yet.
I'm a master chef.
What we want is, not that yet. This is our mince. This is our mince. So we want some vinegar.
Do it.
What I've noticed, somebody pointed out to me over the weekend, because they're busy with something, is that when you're trying to follow a pattern or a recipe on Facebook, it's really annoying because you have to, or sorry, not on Facebook, on YouTube, it's really annoying. You have to keep stopping the video to catch the ingredients. So what we're going to do is put all these recipes under file on our Facebook page, so that people can go there and print them off or look at them or whatever.
Perfect. Are we going to do it or you going to do it?
We are going to do it, which means you. Okay, so we've got some vinegar. Just put that there a minute. We've got some sugar. Now, because I'm halving this as well, some of the quantities are a bit out, because how do you halve 3 eggs? So I'm doing 1.5
Is it really a question?
Yeah, well, you know, you have to use your discretion. Sugar, a bit of salt.
Why don't you just half to 1.5 eggs?
How do you use 1.5 eggs?
Well, it's better than halving 3 eggs.
So, a bit of salt in there. This is all to your own taste. You know, some people like a bit more than others. There's some ingredients I have to leave out because of the gluten. I can't use Worcester sauce. And
what's that? Salt again?
No, just my teaspoon back. Some tomato sauce. Some people put Worcester sauce and chutney and all that sort of stuff in it, so why not? Okay, so we've got the vinegar, the sugar, the salt, the tomato sauce. It smells like it's on a bit high. Just going to turn it down a bit because they were nearly done already.
Okay.
And we're going to mix this up.
I'm going to switch off now.
Yes.
Okay, so that's done, and then
we're going to squeeze out the bread And because it's gluten-free, it probably won't behave the same as regular bread. But you want to squeeze the milk out of it. Oh, you see, it's all falling apart. And you want to keep the milk because you're going to beat an egg with it in a minute. So
Violence.
yeah, we're not gonna slap it like Will Smith. We're actually gonna beat it.
You're gonna do a good job.
We're not gonna mess around.
Gonna show Will what to do.
Okay, stop it.
Show me your fingers. These fingers. Go.
Okay, so now we're gonna mix the bread in with the mince. Okay. So you don't have to watch me doing this. You just ready. Okay, so my onions are cooked. Probably a little bit overcooked. You should be just sauteing them, not browning them. But I'm going to put a spot of garlic in here because I like garlic, and even though the recipe didn't call for garlic. Sorry, honey.
Matter of interest, I put 2 clove pegs over there, but I'm seeing that this is not level.
Skew.
I'm going to remove them in a minute when Bryony's done what she's done.
Okay, so I'm just going to, what I'm going to do now is we're browning the mince, and
Oh wow, we have wasps.
yes, we do. They messed up, yeah.
Oh, I thought I got rid of that.
So we're just going to brown the mince. That's it.
Oh wow, look at that, folks. I don't like it. Hope I don't steal my food.
Turn it up a bit. Because now we're just using it like a normal frying pan. I mean, we're just browning the mince like we would in any other frying pan. So that's important. It's an important ingredient. That's what Babotie is all about. So they say half a tablespoon. No, 1 tablespoon. Okay.
And smell that curry.
Yeah. Whatever flavour you like. I mean, whatever strength you like. Doesn't matter. This is just a medium strength one I've got. This is like a sort of a sweet curry. They say mix it with water, so before you put it in. So we'll just do that just to.
So you've never done this recipe before?
No, it'll spread easier. I mean, it'll mix easier if it's got a bit of water with it. But you know, it's to make it into a paste so that it mixes. You don't want too much water, otherwise your mince is going to boil instead of cooking nicely in its own juices. So there we go, and we'll just mix that in there while we're going.
Go baby, go!
Okay, so that's all nicely browned. You can see it's all yellow. We've mixed the curry powder in nicely. Now I'm just going to put this down here because I'm working up on my ears here. Because now I've got 1 beaten egg.
I didn't see you beat it.
Yes.
Will would be disappointed.
Yeah. I'm going to beat, they say beat it into here. I'm not sure how you beat it in, but so I'm going to remove the spoon and use a fork. Because I'm not sure how you beat.
That's forking it.
But I guess it's basically just mix it in. So we're just mixing that beaten egg in there nicely. And then we're going to spread it around a bit. Because normally you would bake this in it's a bit like a meatloaf, you know, the American meatloaf. So you spread it out so that we've got nice. Base.
Looks pretty dear.
Okay. And now we're going to beat the eggs, the other egg, with the milk. Where is it? No, we lost the egg.
You know that's not possible.
What?
You can't beat an egg with milk.
Oh, this is true. Okay, I'm just going to pour that over the top. Oh, it's not going to work very well.
Because it's supposed to cover it completely.
Yes.
You needed 2 eggs,
Oh,
dear.
I need another egg and a bit more milk, I think.
Go do it.
Go and get enough.
Okay, she's back.
I've got my other egg and milk. So true to form, because of the size of the thing, you can't halve the egg quantity because you want a nice covering of egg over the top, because what it does bakes the egg on top. So I'm just swishing it around a bit so it's all covered, and then you pop in a couple of bay leaves.
They're not going to grow, are they?
They won't grow, honey, but they give it nice flavour.
We're going to have a forest in our meal.
Yep. Okay. Right, and then we're going to cover it, and we're going to cover it this way because we're going to cook rice in the top. Okay. You're supposed to serve this with the yellow rice. Now we're going to put it on low heat.
Oh, did you switch it off just now?
Yeah. Because otherwise the egg would have cooked before it was mixed.
Right, okay.
I'm just going to put it on a low heat because we don't want the bottom to burn before the egg's cooked.
Makes sense.
So, and it's supposed to be on there for about 3/4 of an hour. I don't think it's going to take that long. But we'll leave it. Oh yes, the rice. So you would normally serve this with yellow rice, which is rice with turmeric in it. But we're not doing even cooking rice because we've got all that rice left over from the other night when we had dinner. So I'm just going to warm that up, which is here, and I'll be warming that up with it.
A little later. Well, I'll have you know the sun hasn't gone down yet, and I think we have something. Let's show us what you got.
Check. So,
remind us what you did at the top.
The rice. I just warmed up the rice we had left over from the dinner the other night.
Okay.
I can't remember what we had that we had left over rice. I remember I did 4 handfuls. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It's done, and it only took 20 minutes.
That looks awesome.
And the reason it's until it's done is because there's no egg running around. See?
Feel good, and there's no trees been growing?
No trees grew.
Okay, this is what we have. To me, I haven't tasted it. We're yet to taste it.
You would normally have it with chutney.
Oh, you do
with chutney.
Okay, so the egg is really done. The rice, as you know, we've mentioned to you that it's been left over from the night before. And there you can see it's quite well done. I'll give you my view afterwards.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
I'll try.
I decided I'd try some butter on my rice just to give it a little bit of moisture.